naturally. So yeah, I'm just gonna make this as short and sweet as possible. Um, the upcoming videos in the week is a bit in the coming week or weeks. It's a bit different to what I usually upload. Usually it's just sort of frag videos, if you will. But this is more sort of to branch out to other communities across the globe if they have the possibility to for this to reach them. It's sort of just an idea of what the South African scene has. Obviously, going over ATK, going over to NA, I was going through the HLTV post and just the comments were just people not knowing who the players are, which obviously is not necessarily an issue, but it's something we've got to think about as a South African community being in such our own little bubble down here in the south of Africa that we're so like alone, and branching out and letting other people know about our community is something I think is something we should do pretty much as a whole community as much as possible. I know Matt has alluded, HAzE, for those of you who don't know, has alluded to it a lot in his videos that he's released, and I'll be doing my utmost best to link those in description boxes in multiple videos. When I do mention him and what he's mentioned, I will link his stuff because he's doing that. He's letting other people know about our scene, about the top 10 teams in our scene, and I want to do something a bit more individual and shed light on the specific players that you'll be seeing throughout our scene. So for those of you who don't know, my name's Nick. I'm a caster for the South African scene. I cast multiple tournaments this past year. I've casted rather Game Doc tournaments, VS Gaming Masters, stuff like that. It's really just trying to entertain you guys the most, and ultimately with this sort of series, the next 10, 11 videos plus minus, will pretty much just be letting other people know who we are as a South African scene, and it will be a ranking from 10 to 1, going through each different player and a POV demo of them, Launders-esque if you will, but hopefully with my own creative South African spin on things. And it's just going to be sort of just looking at the past year in 2020 and protruding the HLTV top 20 into our own South African scene into a top 10. I felt like top 20 was going to be a bit tough to do. There's a lot of names that I had to juggle with, and there's a lot of stats I had to look through, and there's a lot of different things I had to take into account in terms of big tournaments and performances and that, roster shuffles, all sorts of things that I needed to take into account with my top 10. But just one thing coming into these next few videos, it's my opinion, and you guys are more than welcome to disagree with me. You're more than welcome to create your own top 10. Tell me I'm dumb, tell me I'm stupid, tell me I'm correct, whatever. You're more than welcome to do so. And that's the whole point of this top 10, is to create conversation around the 10 players that I'm going to mention in the coming videos, and the way I've constructed in the ranking, and the way the reasoning behind me doing so. So as I said, you guys are more than welcome to disagree. You're more than welcome to create your own ranking, shuffle a couple players around if you think so, add a player in, take a player out. More than welcome to do so. This is my opinion. I've looked at the stats. I've taken my own grasp of what I think weighs more into a competition, or weighs more into a matchup, or weighs more into my overall ranking than other things. And I think that's definitely what other people can do, especially when watching this video, watching the players and putting them in the order I have, and then looking at the performances that they've had this past year in 2020, the different rosters they found themselves in. I think each person watching the video can construct their own top 10, and you can see if it correlates with mine or absolutely not, and that's ultimately up to you. But this is just a heads up that the upcoming videos are going to be a bit different to what I usually do. I want to sort of branch into this sort of content in the future for the South African scene, getting our name out there as much as possible. As I said, with ATK moving overseas, this is sort of something I want to do on a more regular basis, not just be once a year sort of thing, ranking players. I want to do it more often when big tourneys on the rise, or big tournaments have just finished, and reviewing them and reviewing performances from different players or teams. And as I said, ultimately just spread the word of what we've got down in the south of Africa and a little bit of a bubble down here. One thing to mention is, don't mind the blurry webcam when I make it big screen. It is like a 500 rand webcam I got off Take-A-Lot, which is a bit of a rip, but it's gonna have to do. So don't mind the blurry webcam. But as I said, it's just going to be 10, 11 videos, 11 including this one, just chatting over the top 10 players with a demo of theirs on a performance which I think they really excelled and showed their talent, and not necessarily their skill ceiling, but showed what they're capable of in the competitive scope of things in the South African climate of Counter-Strike. And again, if you guys disagree, you can let me know in the comment section down below, or over on my Twitter, which is @NickBart. That'll also be linked down below. Follow me on Twitch to keep up to date when tournaments are going on. I often cast on my own channel with GameDoc and a whole bunch of other things. So you guys can keep up to date with that, and to keep up with this channel, you can make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon to know when the next top 10 player is going to be released, if you do choose to follow along with the series. And ultimately, yeah, let me know your opinions in the comments below or over on my Twitter, as I said. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip.